Are you tired of having to keep killing those mobs manually and having to hit them and then having to repair your sword? Well, guess what? Over at Joker Incorporated, we've got a brand new mob design! Over here at Joker Incorporated, we try to make your life as easy as possible playing Minecraft. From automatic melon and pumpkin farms, all the way to automatic XP farms. And today, thanks to our wonderful inventors, we have a brand spanking new mob farm for you. The Skeletron 3000. And the way this works is using a mechanic that has been in the game actually for ages and nobody really realised. And it is using the dogs. So let me just get all these boys up on their feet. And that is off, which means I'm being peaceful. Okay, and the way this works is you see the skeletons and they will flow down this line into this water stream. Now, just there, as you can see, I do have some ice. Dogs, do you mind? And you see them go all the way to the top. Oh, both of them went. That's interesting. And as you saw there, he actually got knocked back down, but doesn't take any fall damage, thanks to a little mechanic at the bottom. The dogs will then kill because the dogs are actually player assigned. Hello, ladies and germs, it is me, Joker, back with another tutorial for you guys for 1.11.4, I think we're currently in. Wow! So, enough with villagers, let's actually get to some survival stuff that will help you. And as you could see by that little crazy intro that I did, we have a new automatic XP farm. Right. I just need to try and make sure that all the dogs sit down before we go anywhere, because otherwise we're going to have a issue. And I don't have any tissues. So, when a skeleton spawns into here, they will flow down the ice stream. Oh, we have one just there. Let me see if I place it into night. If he'll do the thingy. And can I get a potion of night vision? That'll do. So, as you can see right now, that we are currently waiting for this guy to push this guy forwards. And he does, and because he's only just caught the stream, he will get pushed up and... now, see, this guy here is actually stood there. We'll wait for the next batch, and I will show you actually what happens with that. So as you can see, this guy here is going to get knocked out of the way and drops back down to the bottom. This is why we have this one block of water just here, so that any that do fall from the top there won't take any fall damage. Their fall damage gets reset and is waiting, so it is completely lossless as far as mobs and things go. And it's as quick as this basically is as quick as you can spawn them in. They'll die because the dogs are player assigned, and that means because they are player assigned that all the XP, because these guys are a one hit kill, as you can see, the lovely poochies are demonstrating for us. They are a one hit kill. The only time that you do have a problem is if, say, you get a guy that's fully gold armor, and then he does tend to hit the dogs, as you can tell by their tails. Don't worry too much about it. This is why that I always recommend you have at least 10 dogs in your killing area. Just make sure you get them all to sit before you move anywhere, otherwise you're going to find yourself with an army of dogs. Anyway, just to prove that you can get 30 levels in 1 hour, I'm going to do an AFK session. And I'm going to put it into the shortest time lapse I possibly can, and then come back to you once it is done. Right, let me get ready. So, ladies and germs, that is 1 hour and 32 levels. Let me quickly just go and show you what we actually have down below. As far as drop wise, like we have one guy that will sit there. That's not a huge issue. That's not bad. It's a shame actually we didn't get any of the armor. I don't know why that didn't work. I reckon that if you probably filled that entire area there with hoppers, you'd probably get it, but that's just one of those things. So, without further ado, I think it's time for me to build it! Okay, so for this build, you are going to need multiple stacks of blocks of your choice, whatever you want to surround the spawner in. I used glass purely for you guys, so you can see what was going on. You will need 3 oak trap doors. You are going to need multiple stacks of signs, 1 soul sand, multiple water buckets, but if I was you, I'd just make an infinite water source, at least a stack of packed ice, 3 to 6 black wool, and the redstone lamp, redstone dust, and lever are optional. So, first thing you want to do is come to your spawner and count down 7 blocks. So, there's a spawnable space. You've got the 1, 2, and 3 area that mobs, if they are within that area, will cancel the spawning algorithm. So then go 1, 2, and 3. And this is where your mob would stand, and your water would be at this level, just in case there's any bobbing or jumping, so that your actual floor goes on the 8th block, not the 7th. And oops. Try not to break your spawner like I did. And check that's the right level. Yep. So now, with this type of shape going on, you want to come out 5 blocks in these 4 directions. And this one, you only actually want to come out 4. And then just come in 1 block each time. Hang on, have I actually come out 4 there? I haven't. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. And I haven't come out 5 there either. Oops. So, the front section here, you want a 3 wide gap. So, once you've got that, you'll be good. And now really you want to come to the top and mirror that same thing, but I would place a block there, and then you want to come up a block. This is only if you're going to use the redstone lamp, but you still need to come to this height anyway, so that's 2 blocks, and on the 3rd block. And then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just bring this all over. Like so. Remember, this front section needs to be 3. It's not a big deal so much when you for the top, but for symmetry's sake, it's probably a good idea that you do it. Anyway, so now we have that, we actually need to put in the walls. Now, if you want to do glass so you can see what's going on, carry on, but it's just as simple as just building it up like this. I am not going to bore you guys with that. I will be back in a moment. Okay, so where your 3 wide thing is for the skeletons to drop into, make sure that you have a 3x3 gap. And this is because if they do bob, they'll hit their head and it will just slow the algorithm down. Anyway, now you want to come inside and you want to place a water source just there, water source there, and water source there. Now, as you can see, it's not exactly working the way we want. We've got dead spots, it doesn't quite reach the end. I am just going to build this up for a second. Now come to the back of the design, so we are exactly at the rear. There's the front, here's the back. You want to go from this block to this block, so not the very end block, but at the back, the last block, and just build a small little platform like so. Do that to the other side, and I will explain shortly why this is actually important. So now bring it up 1 block to make sure you don't end up with water absolutely everywhere, because that's the last thing we want. You want to break that one, and that one, and do it on exactly the same over here. Grab your water. You want to place 1 water under this block here, and then place a block just there, and place a block just there, and then place a water there. And then you can cover that up there. So again, you want 1 water just there, you want 2 blocks there, and 1 water just there, and then cover it up. So now if we go around the front, as you can see, we do not have a dead spot anywhere within the system. No matter what happens, you are always being pushed towards the middle. So now is a good idea to grab hold of that packed ice I was talking about earlier. So where your water actually comes to the end, and it will come to the end like this, you want to place your packed ice under there and then come out 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't necessarily need to come out 8. It just makes it easier with the water stream. So now you can go ahead and remove those 3 there. Grab hold of your building blocks again and pull this over just to make sure that when you release the water it doesn't go everywhere. And then just bring the walls up so it is level with this. It just makes it a little bit simpler to deal with. And I did that wrong because, oh, actually, did I? Nope. Let's find out. Yep. You need to keep those 3 there for when you break the 3 blocks just here. That will now allow the water to flow down. And I did actually come out 1 block too far. You want to grab hold of your signs, and where this block is here, you want to place a sign there, a sign on that sign, and a sign on that sign on that sign. Yeah, and then break these blocks here. So now you are now currently height-wise far enough away and lengthwise far enough away. Now go ahead and just build up your walls to that point, like so. And if you are using solid blocks like I am, make sure that you half slab so that you don't get any unnecessary spawns on the top. So now come to the end of your packed dice and at the bottom, and you want to go and place 3 blocks there and then 3 blocks underneath it. You then want 3 blocks of packed dice just there. Block there, block there, block there, and bring that over as well. Then just build up this so that the water can't go anywhere. Now this bit is totally optional. You don't have to go 8 blocks in that direction. I would just suggest it. Make sure that you have at least a 3 block gap for them to get through. And so we did 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want a sign on this last one here. So place a block just there. And then of course just do your barricade or however you're going to do it. I do apologise if you can hear a cat crying in the background. My cat is annoying. And this is where your soul sand will now go, is just there. Let me just finish off this base layer. So we now have our 3 high area. So how do you now get it so that you have the water synced properly? So, well, first thing is you actually need to put a roof on it. Now, before you go too far, make sure that where the soul sand is and where the sign is, there is open air. And you want a sign there, a sign there, and place down a water bucket there, and that is so that if any mobs do happen to fall into it, they are not going to die instantly. Now this again is one of those optional points, depends on how high you want to come up. I think I went to Y190. Yep. So let me just build the entire chamber for that, and I'll be back with you in a little while because this does take a bit. Okay, so that is that done. Now you want to make sure that you actually have somewhere for the skeletons to land, and what I tend to do is make sure that I've gone 20. It's a 22 block drop, and I'm at Y90, the very top of that, and this is Y166, so that they will drop just there, I think. But let's go up and we will deal with that. So we are currently at Y90, and is that currently at Y90? No, that is Y91. So we need to come up one more block, and I did actually forget one very, 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 very important piece of equipment, and that is an iron bar. So where your water is just here, you want to place a sign, and you want to do that all the way up until you get to the very top of wherever you're doing it. Now remember that this is that's the roof. 1, 2. Did I do a 2 gap there, or was it a 3 gap? A 3 gap. So you then, when you're at the very top, grab yourself an iron bar. You want to place this iron bar just there, and this is so that they just don't get stuck, basically. And of course you need water running from that soul sand all the way to the top, but stop here and I will be back with you when I am there. Okay, so with your bubble column in and all your signs now placed in, this is almost ready to go. Um, Depending on where you are dropping them, I would definitely make this chute ready for them. Um, but we're not going to drop them very far, so we're just going to place a sign there. So you want to place a bucket of water just there, but as you can see, it doesn't flow very far. So the way to get around that is to place a block there, then place your water down, remove that block, and then just make sure that that actually has water in it. And I would also do that for just the block up, because you do find sometimes that when they come up, if they haven't got another bubble column of water to go in, they get a little stuck. As you can see, I just get pushed straight across and straight down. So now all you need to do is bring down your kill chamber to wherever you want it. Make sure that you leave a too high gap so that you can get in there if needed. And then depending on how you want to do your hoppers and stuff, your hopper and chests of course will just go there. We are not going to do theirs. Grab your black wool and you want to place, oh no, sorry, get your trapdoors first and you want to place them so you're facing the drop chute. So one there, and one there. Then get your black wool and you just want to make sure that all of this, so that if the XP falls on any of the hoppers that you will have most likely there, it doesn't get trapped there, because after 5 minutes they will despawn and then you will lose experience, and that's not fun for no one. And then all you want to do is make sure that you have a safe area for yourself and your dogs so that they can't fall off or jump out of the area. I tend to usually do something like this, and also make sure that you give yourself a bed somewhere in here as well, because if you do die and the skeletons will kill you, because right now if a skeleton drops down they can see me, and no matter what I do I've got nowhere to hide. So what I tend to do is just have a little outlet like this so that I can then stand here and they can't see me, but the dogs still can. I didn't give myself a way out. Oops. So other than putting roofs on, we are done pretty much. All you need now is a wolf. And of course, because I'm in creative, I can literally just... Oh, actually, I think I forgot to tell you one important thing. Yeah, I did. That was silly. You actually need a water bucket just there, because otherwise they ain't going anywhere. Right, so that should have been now everything. Let me just quickly go in and check. Don't worry about these lighting updates, it's just glitches. As you can see, it's completely dark in here. And then water, and then we get pushed up and up and up and down. Right, let me just break those, place them back. Give me the wolf spawn egg. Now in survival, of course, you would then just breed these two. But the only thing that we don't have currently in here is an actual skeleton egg. Let's put that in there and then cover that up. Let's go to here. And if I now put us into hard mode and place that there. Have we got holes there? Yeah, we do. This area doesn't need to actually be completely dark, I would just for symmetry's sake. Sorry, I know you guys can't see anything. And as you saw just there, that we now have a Skelly Bob, and because he's now a one-hit kill, the dogs of course kill him. Sorry, that's what I was looking for, some type of light source. Ah. Anybody just see what I just did then? Yeah. There we go. That fix it. And of course then the XP just comes straight to you because it is player assigned like I said. Anyway, excuse me skeleton, get out of my face. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, hit that like button, and if you've really enjoyed it, then don't forget to subscribe. And if you found it useful, also hit the like and subscribe. But that is all the time I have for today. So, I've been Joker, and I'll see you in a mini money moo. Ta-ta for now.